Stop! Addie, you're bleeding.
I never even hit her.
She seems fine.
She is fine.
She coughed up blood.
Past tense.
She has diarrhea.
From the antibiotics for the infection.
Lung biopsy says she doesn't have an infection.
Well, and you screwed up the biopsy.
Well, you're wrong about infection.
Well, if I'm wrong, then so's her body, because it obviously thinks she's got an infection or it wouldn't have gotten better from the antibiotics. What is pandiculation symptomatic of?
Yawning's a symptom of fatigue or cholinergic excitation.
Does this have anything to do with Addie?
Let's say yes.
Cerebral tumor, epilepsy, could also be a medication reaction to antidepressants or some meds for end-stage liver failure.
Let's say no.
She can't breathe. Get off the bed.
Need a crash cart.
What's happening?
Let's get her down now.
Pressure's collapsing in her lungs. She's not getting any air.
Oh my God.
I was fine. Liver enzymes were normal.
There's something called blood in the pleural effusion.
Oh, it's not blood, it's blood. Which is great. Not for her, but for me, because it means I think it's an infection.
Labs indicated minute traces of blood.
Can't ignore the blood because it's a minority. Can you, Foreman?
If we count the traces of blood as significant, the differential isn't just infection. It could be lung cancer, breast cancer, lymphoma.
Great. Go tell her she's got one of those. Or you could tell her that we haven't given her enough antibiotics for her infection. Double the dose. Check her lungs.
We checked her lungs. They're clean.
On the outside, she needs an arteriogram.
Arteriogram was normal.
Which means her lungs are fine.
What if the clear arteriogram is significant?
It is significant. It means there's no infection.
I think there's an infection.
Infections don't come and go. People don't get better than worse on the same treatment.
Unless her body can't finish out the fight. Maybe it goes a couple of rounds, then gives up.
I want to give up.
Maybe its name is Foreman. Come on. Where's that smile? That laugh that makes the whole world sunny without contributing to global warming. Maybe she's missing a protein.
Blood panel and enzymes show our proteins are normal.
You can't have tested for every protein. I could think of at least one you can't test for at all.
Complement factor H deficiency. If she has that, she's dead. No way to fend off bacteria. She'll get one infection after another until her body shuts down.
Maybe we can get ahead of the game, manage each symptom as it comes up. Give her 5 miserable years instead of 6 miserable months.
There's no diagnostic test for complement factor H deficiency.
So we isolate the cells that are yummiest for it. Stick a needle in her eye.
Macular biopsy was negative, which means you're wrong. There's no complement factor H deficiency.
Most likely cause of altering blood flow in the brain is a clot or a tumor,
We can rule out a clotting issue because she has a bleeding issue.
which means we should be looking for a tumor.
I think there's an infection. Just because the cells in her eye aren't dead yet doesn't mean they're working.
So why did we do the test?
Because if it had been positive, it would have proved I was right.
But negative doesn't prove you wrong.
That's the beauty of the test.
She needs an MRI of her brain.
Absolutely. As long as you're scanning, do you mind having a boo for an abscess or something caused by an infection?
What's wrong, Addie?
My head hurts.
Brain's clean. No tumor and no abscess. All wrong.
My head. Ah! 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 My head. Ah!
Much more likely she has an invisible protein that allowed bacteria to arbitrarily invade her lungs, then arbitrarily invade her pleura, then arbitrarily jump into her head.
If it's autoimmune, she can live. But we have to give her steroids now, before her heart ruptures.
If you're wrong and you give her steroids, she dies now. Foreman, you want to run down how it feels to go with your gut and kill a person? You can get into the whole spiraling out of control, self-doubt, resigning thing. Do it. Worst that can happen is you quit. Cameron, you want to explain to the parents why you'll be holding paddles while he's doing it? If her heart goes boom, it'll boom right away.
Chase was wrong. Addie's kidneys shut down.
When I hear you say it, Chase, it will please me.
Doesn't mean you're right. You predicted cardiac arrest, instant cardiac arrest.
There were only two choices. Since yours was wrong, mine must have been right. Either that or we missed the leprechaun.
If you're right, there's nothing to be done. The steroid treatment we gave her means when the next infection hits, it'll hit hard. Liver failure, cardiac arrest.
But on the bright side, it confirms my diagnosis. Don't you see how incredible this call was? A protein deficiency. Can't be tested, can't be seen. I called it based on coughing blood.
You're happy about this.
She's going to die.
That's not my fault. She's gonna die anyway. And now, thanks to me, at least she'll know why.
I'm sure you'll see that gratitude in her eyes when you tell her.
How long?
2 days, maybe less. You have a condition called...
Doesn't matter.
It's a very rare protein deficiency that only manifests...
I don't want to hear it.
Okay. It's what's killing you. This is what's killing you. You're not interested in what's killing you?
Will that make any difference? Will I live any longer?
Please, could you just leave?
What's the point of living without curiosity? Without craving the...
So, I'm screwing up my last few hours because I won't listen to you.
Get out of here.
This is like the dark matter in the universe.
You're smiling.
No, I'm not. You can only diagnose a problem by looking at what's missing. You have got leprechauns in ya. Depression manifests in lots of different ways. Some people can't get out of bed all day. Others have serial relationships and become oncologists.
I'm dying. I'm not depressed.
Wrong and wrong. You tried to kill yourself by throwing down kitchen cleanser. Now, most normal suicidal morons would have just drank the stuff, burned the hell out of their mouth and throat. Painful, but not deadly. But being a college-educated suicidal moron, you wrapped it in gel caps or gum, which left no trace, but burned a hole in your intestine. But the body can repair almost anything, which is cool. In your case, scar tissue closed up the hole, but it also formed a bridge between a vein and an artery. Veins are supposed to help the intestine flush bacteria away, but the bridge allowed the bacteria entrance to the artery, where they got a free ride everywhere.
Can you fix me?
Surgery to fix the bridge take about 2 hours. Psychotherapy's gonna take a little longer. Why'd you do it?
I don't know. I've just never been happy. Please don't tell my parents. They'll blame themselves, and it's not their fault. Please, you can't tell them.
Technically, all you have to do is promise me that you won't do it again. And legally, I can't tell them.
I promise.
Yeah, sure.